That sound you hear is a machine printing money in the CBS office, because these SEC picks have been doing just that this season. Heading into Week 9, we're winning at a nice 69.5% clip against the spread, including a 50 mark last weekend. With 6 games on the docket this weekend, including a rivalry game between Georgia and Florida with a massive spread, let's hope that streak continues. Record straight up 5,612.50 last week. Record against the spread 40,172.50 last week. Games without lines are not counted in the ATS record. Main course no. 3 Georgia vs. Florida 14. Don't get fooled by Georgia's history of ineptitude against Florida. This year's game has nothing to do with it. These are different teams, with different personnel and different attitudes, and that last part is precisely why the Bulldogs will dominate the Gators on the banks of the St. Johns River. Defensive lineman Trent Thompson got healthy during the bye week. The linebacking core is one of the best in the country, and the Bulldogs' defense is giving up just 252.6 yards per game. And suddenly, that's going to stop against a Gators offense that struggles up front, doesn't trust quarterback Felipe Franks, and lacks weapons downfield. Nope. These Bulldogs will keep playing like the bully on the playground, won't allow the Gators offense to do much, and running backs Nick Chubb and Sony Michel will wear down a thin Gators defense in the second half. Pick Bulldogs 14 strong cocktails. Mississippi State at Texas A&M PM 1.5. This game flies totally under the radar, but it's one of the more intriguing games of the Week 9 slate. Texas A&M has had 2 weeks to refine its offense under true freshman quarterback Kellen Mond, while Mississippi State has had fun over the last 2 weeks beating up BYU and Kentucky at home. Expect a shootout at Kyle Field on Saturday night, with the homestanding Aggies coming out on top. Mond and Bulldogs quarterback Nick Fitzgerald will put on a show under the lights, but the high-risk, high-reward Aggies defense will force one late mistake by Fitzgerald that seals it for the home team. Pick Aggies 1.5. Tennessee at Kentucky 5. Tennessee sits winless in the SEC, with Coach Butch Jones on one of the hottest seats in the country and in desperate need of good news. They'll get it, even though the lead-up might not be fun, since being underdogs to Kentucky certainly won't sit well on Rocky Top. This comes down to one simple thing: can Kentucky slow down the volume running game? The answer is no, regardless of how much John Kelly plays. The Wildcats have given up more than 200 rushing yards per game in each of their last 2 games, including 282 and 4 touchdowns at Mississippi State last weekend. The combination is solid running back core and quarterback Jarrett Garantano, who can provide a dangerous threat, will slice and dice the Wildcats' defense, and quarterback Steven Johnson and co. won't be able to keep up. Pick Volunteers 5. Appetizers are Kansas at Ole Miss 3.5. Ole Miss will be without starting quarterback Shea Patterson because of a torn PCL, and junior college transfer Jordan Ta'amu will have the pressure of Rebel Nation on his shoulders. He'll be able to handle it, because the Rebels receivers, including the Sec's top target A.J. Brown, will force a high-scoring affair against a Razorbacks defense that's 6.22 yards per play. If Hogs quarterback Austin Allen plays, can he keep up without a full arsenal of weapons that took another hit this week with the loss of center Frank Ragnow? Nope. But this one will be close throughout, with the Rebels pulling away late. Pick Rebels 3.5. Vanderbilt at South Carolina 7. Raise your hand if you knew that South Carolina's defense has allowed less than 400 yards in 5 straight games. Anyone Bueller, it's true, and that trend will continue against a Vanderbilt team that hasn't put up much of a fight against fast, physical defenses, which is exactly what the Gamecocks have become. The defense shows up. Jake Bentley has a big day connecting with Brian Edwards, and the Gamecocks turnaround continues on a beeline toward a pretty solid bowl game in Will Muschamp's second season at the helm. Pick Gamecock 7. Side dish Missouri at UConn 12.5. First of all, no SEC team should be playing a road game at UConn. With that said, Missouri quarterback Drew Lock, fresh off a 467-yard, 6-touchdown performance last week against Idaho, will light up a Huskies defense that ranks last in pass defense 373.4 YPG. Pick Tigers 12.5.